spicy, bro. It is spicy. No, it's a hiccup. Yeah, this is tequila. Ah! Oh, sorry. This one I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10. I can see why it's spicy because there's this like crunch-like things. This is the best. Definitely 10 out of 10. And there's so many of these fake meat things. Or meat. I don't know. Indomie, tell me, is this real meat or fake meat? While we're in here, we're gonna film a bunch of different content for my other platform, the short platforms. So we are just prepping right now. So it's gonna take a few hours. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, one of them is tasting tests, like 15 different types of Indomies. Meanwhile, Josh is playing with the gimbal thingamabob. Yes, 15 different types of Indomies from around the world. I'll be tasting test that. Tasting test. Whatever. I'll be doing like opening of different snacks and soy sauces. And there's one bath bombs as well, and it's a Demon Slayer bath bombs. Apparently, there's a toy inside. Kawaii. Wow. So basically, there's 13, right? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. All of these are dried or fried noodles, while this one are the soupy kind of noodle base. So the mechanism is gonna be me making the dry one first, and then we'll make the soupy one at the end because we don't want it to be like soggy. Fingers crossed. This is all the dry ones. So me being Indonesian, the biggest tip for me for Indomie is that you literally have to cook them maybe like 3 minutes maximum. For me it's like 2 or 3 minutes. Then it's not soggy and it's al dente because that's my favorite. But yeah, so I think we're about to be done. As long as it doesn't like clump together anymore, we're good. Okay, so we should have better prepared this. But now what we're doing is literally labeling it and unboxing. Not unboxing, what is it? The sauces. Unpacketing the sauces. Anyway, I'll start the noodles. Alright. So we did this in a rush, but this is literally all just the dried noodles, not even the other. We've got 6 that are soupy, so let's try them. So first of all is rendang, which is Indonesian, is like beef stewed kind of flavor. It's the most famous Indonesian or Malaysian as well dish, but I'd say yeah, Indonesian tastes a bit more herbier than the Malaysian one, so let's give this a go. Yeah, definitely the signature herby Indonesian flavors are there, and it's strong. So if you like rendang, give this a go. I bet you will love it. It's actually you can literally taste the beef flavor throughout the entire noodles coated by it. So it's really good. I'd probably say 8 out of 10 for that one. The next one is Kriting Goreng Spesial. Basically it means curly noodle, special noodles. Why? Because the noodles is actually different. The noodles is a lot more thinner fettuccine-like noodles, while the other one is a lot more spaghetti-like, kind of like egg noodles kind of type. It looks quite pale in comparison to the others, right? So it looks pale, but the flavor are jam-packed. The flavor is like savory, sweet soy sauce kind of flavor, and chicken flavor, I think, and it's chickeny. I'd give it probably 6 out of 10, just because I like it a thicker noodle, and this is on the thinner side. This one is mie goreng kriuk, 8 kali gram lebih banyak, lebih renyah, lebih pedas. So it's spicy, crunchy fried noodles is according what this is, and I can see why it's spicy because there's this like crunch-like things. So, which...
And I think I don't understand, but this is 8 times something.
Yeah, 8 times. No, crunchier, spicier, blah 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 blah. I don't know, some random bullshit. Let's give this a go. You know what? For me, it's not spicy at all. But the crunch, I'd eat this anytime. It's 9, 10. I hope you can hear it from my column. The crunch just makes it so good. Okay, maybe the spice just kicks in a little bit, but I can handle it. The next one is mie goreng rasa ayam pop khas Sumatra Barat. So it's fried noodle, ayam pop, chicken pop, and it's from Sumatra West Sumatra flavor. Let's give this a go. The flavor is certainly, I don't know, I think it's like some types of green herbs that I can't remember now, like Indonesian call it kemangi or something like that. I don't know what's in English. Whatever the herb is literally overpowering the whole thing. Overpowering is the wrong word. I say it's coating the whole thing, and I don't mind it. I give it 7 out of 10. Yeah, but it's very like super rich with sauce in this one because I can see it's coated really well. Mie goreng rasa cakalang. Isn't cakalang some type of fish? Please tell me if I'm wrong. Sorry, my Indonesian isn't great. I've been here for too long in Australia, but I didn't grow up here either, so I don't have a first language basically. Both English and Indonesian isn't great. So I think it's fish, but let's see. The flavor for this one is quite subtle. I don't have much to say about this one. It just tastes different, but quite subtle, not as strong. So if you're someone who doesn't like too much salt, this is a way to go because it's the least saltiest out of all. But yeah, I was saying that this I'd give it 5 or 6 out of 10 because I like salt. Then, hence why I'm retaining water. Anyway, this one is mie goreng rasa sambal rica, which is chili, a type of chili, usually, I think it's in like, actually, Manado? Is it Manado? Maybe Manado Park. It's somewhere in the island of Java. I love everything rica. Usually chicken or fish they rica it. I love it. Let's try it. Let's see if this has a distinct flavor. You know what? I can taste it. I can smell it already. It's like a fresh. For me, the rica chili is like a fresher chili that is not overtly cooked or processed, and this gives it that. And you know what? I can even see the actual chili flakes of what is to be expected from the rica. So I'd give it a 8 out of 10 for this one. This one is green. It's mie goreng Aceh. So Aceh is part of Indonesia that is closest to Singapore. I don't know what they're famous for, but let's give it a whirl. The packaging is green. I'm not tasting so much chili, but I'm tasting a lot of shallots. And according to the packaging, there's a lot of shallots as well. Maybe that is a part their signature thing. But it's great. It's savory. It's a little bit sweeter than the others. I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Anyway, this one is mie goreng rasa ayam geprek, and it's like black and red, so you know that it's scary already. But it says, I love that it says hype abis, which means like super hyped. But ayam geprek means crushed. So ayam geprek is this dish where it's fried chicken and then you geprek it. Geprek is like you smash it. And usually it's covered in chili. So let's try this. But the good thing about this is the one I give 10 out of 10, which is the crispy one. This comes with that crispy thing because usually it's a fried chicken, so probably that's why. Spicy. It is spicy. No, it's a hiccup. Yeah, this is the killer. Ah! I go. Hey, so some of this, I just noticed something. Some of these are special, but majority of these are called kuliner Indonesia, which means the flavor across Indonesia. So that's why some of them are traditional flavors for that part of Indonesia. So yeah, it's special. I love it. So Indomie, if you feel like generous, feel free to contact me. I'm in Australia and sponsor me. My bank account is just down below. I had to do it like this because I'm doing it in batches. But for me, the secret for the soupy Indomie is that you don't use too much water. A lot of you maybe like it watery, but if it's watery, it's so not great. So it's super good when it's actually not too watery. The flavor, it will permeate through all the noodles. So that's my secret tip for me. That's my way of cooking noodles. So these are the soupy version of the Indomie. So let's give this a whirl. So first one is called Mi Cakalang, and it is soupy. There is a kind of slight brown color to it. So I can taste a lot of like fried shallots in them, and I was under the impression that Cakalang is some type of fish, and I can kind of taste a bit of fish. If I'm wrong, then whatever I'm tasting is something unique to this particular flavor that I've never tasted elsewhere. So I'll give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Rasa mie Celor, and it's khas Sumatra Selatan. So before the dry one, we've got West Sumatra. This is South Sumatra, and Sumatra is the island to the left of Indonesia near Singapore. So let's give a look. The color is more creamier.
Alright.
Yeah, it's creamier. Well, sorry, maybe I should show this one. Well, this one is more have a brown specks to it, which I suspect is the fried shallots from Mi Cakalang. So let's try this Mi Celor. Celor. Weirdly, it is creamier. I don't think there's any cream to it, but it's meant to be seafood flavor because there's prawn to it. So you know what? This one, if you don't like too much salt, earlier built in the fried noodle one, there's one. This one, similar to that, is not as pungent and as strong in flavor, so it's quite mild in flavor. So I'd give it, for me, 6 or 5 out of 10, just because I like it a little bit more punchier. This one is called Rasa Soto Medan, khas Sumatra Utara. I don't know why there's so many Sumatra. This is khas. Khas means from north of Sumatra. And it's soto. There's a lot of Indonesia. If you go to Indonesia, there's a lot of soup that are called soto. Honestly, I'm not an expert in Indonesian cuisine, so I don't know what is soto. There's choto, there's all of these equivalencies or similarities with this word soto throughout Indonesia. So that's why it's quite common. If you go to an Indonesian restaurant in Sydney or elsewhere in the world, you always find one dish called soto. So this is Soto Medan. Medan is a city in Sumatra as well. I can smell some type of lime, maybe. The soup is clearer with a speck of oil, but in a green oil. This is very herby, like particular leaves kind of herby, like orange blossom or whatever. Daun kemangi Indonesian. I don't know what it is in English, but it's strong, and for me, it's a bit too strong. Sorry. This one I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10, just because it's a bit too herby for my liking. Okay, these two I'm very excited about. So this one is called Rasa Empal Gentong, khas Jawa Barat. Finally, Java. Sorry, I'm from the island of Java. So Rasa Empal Gentong. Empal is a beef flavor. Gentong is, well, Gentong I think means the big bucket. But Empal Gentong is a type of dish, I think, in Java. Yes, that's true. Khas Jawa Barat, so it's Java, West Java, which is close to Bali, I suppose? No, West Java is Jakarta, so near Jakarta. Why I say this is exciting? Because I can see pieces of what it looked like to be meat. Maybe it's a derivative of soy or tofu, but nonetheless, I'm excited. Let's try the noodle first. Yeah. Honestly, soupy Indomie is, for me, I prefer it always compared to the dry Indomie. And this one, usually I love the generic one, but this one is really good. This one I give it like a 9 or 10 out of 10 for sure. The pieces of meat have this extra texture, just I love it. It's like, it feels like meat, but I'm probably not. Probably it's like a derivative of soy. Last one is called Rasa Soto Banjar Limau Kuit khas Kalimantan Selatan. So this is from the island of Kalimantan or Borneo, which parts of it. Borneo is the only island in the world that there is. Sorry, scratch that. Borneo have 3 countries in the one island. So Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia, and Indonesia. As a big part of it is Indonesia. So the south part of Kalimantan. This, in fact, is the one that is most raved by my followers on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Adrian Widjy, thank you. Place in Sydney. But yeah, so many people have DM'd me about this and said that this is the best. And I know that the word limau means like those little lime in Indonesian or Southeast Asia, I should say. So let's try. The smell of that lime is super strong already, and it's quite refreshing. And the soup is quite clear with the brownish tinge. Again, there is this meat or fake meat or whatever that is that I'm sure I'd enjoy. I think it's meant to it's meant to imitate a meatball, because Indonesia is big on meatball. Okay.
That's so tiny for meatball.
I know, but it's meant to imitate, you know. Okay, let's try this. The lime, the limau, is super strong, but still does really well. It mixes really well with the flavor of the savoriness and salty, a hint of sweetness. It's so good. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. And I cooked this slightly under, so by now it's perfectly cooked. So it's, so good. This is the best. Definitely 10 out of 10. And there's so many of these fake meat things. Or meat. I don't know. You know me, tell me, is this real meat or fake meat? I don't know. But yes, this and this, the two with the fake meat are a winner. So Rasa Empal Gentong from Jawa Barat, West Java, and then Rasa Soto Banjar Limau Kuit dari from Kalimantan South Kalimantan. So that was 13 different types of Indomies. I'm sure there are more. I feel like Indomie is like the Indonesian version of the Japanese Kit Kat. It's like so many. Every time I go to an Asian grocery, there's always a type of Indomie that I've never seen before. And they do come out with new ones quite often. I'm sure there's a lot more, but yeah, I'm so happy to have tried 13 of them. This is gonna be lunch, dinner. I think dinner will eat the soupy one just because it'll not do as well with the other one. So the dry one will have it later on. I'll put it somewhere in the fridge. But yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. If you like this kind of video, please tell me in the comments. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that. Follow me on Adrian Widjy at Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, and also I've got places in Sydney as well in Instagram. Actually, there's another one called Adrian Finds. Gosh, yeah, I exist everywhere. But yeah, thank you so much.